Hi everyone, Julia here recording this, November 22nd, 2022, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was excess. And for my fellow Americans, with Thanksgiving on the horizon, I think it's a good time to bring excess up because according to ancient wisdom, that's the definition of evil, is excess. And if you look at our world, all the greed, people hoarding digits on a computer screen and their bank accounts or whatever kind of accounts they have, while other people don't have basic necessities, I think we can all agree that that's evil. And we have to stay balanced and practice moderation. And that's not very easy in today's climate, in today's world, when we're programmed just to always get more and more and more, because we never know. Something might happen and we need to hoard just in case, and shoot anybody that gets on our property. So, yeah, excess is not your friend. And that goes with anything, whether it's food or media, the type of media that you ingest into your psyche, even exercise. You know, anything that you do to an extreme is unbalanced, and we want to stay balanced. And and we have to, as we're coming into the holiday season, really be mindful of our triggers and the way that we can potentially trigger others, and prevent it if possible, if we're the ones triggering someone else. And we all know these types of situations, especially when we have people we only see periodically, and when they're close family members, we even take more liberties often with what we'll say and do around them. And it's all negative energy when someone gets triggered. Even if you're 100% sure that you're right about something, if you know bringing it up is going to trigger other people, then don't do it. Keep the peace. No one wants to, just be fighting for what they believe in all the time, or, every time there's a get-together with the family, everybody has to try to push their beliefs on everyone else, This is the time to just let it go, let there be harmony, because there's already so much stress around the holiday season. So don't add to it by triggering people, and don't get triggered yourself. If you find yourself about to be triggered, stop and do some self-aware evaluation, and hopefully you'll realize it's not worth going there. Because every time we explode in anger or argument and just get on our righteous pedestal, preaching our ways to others, it brings in this unwelcome energy usually. There is a time, when you can share your beliefs, and we all know when those are. So many people these days don't really listen. They listen to respond, not to actually learn something. And our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So we have to try to be the exception to the rule out there. Be the one that actually listens to someone. And Be the one that doesn't get triggered when everyone expects that you will get triggered. You know, there's so many ways to change the resonance of the entire room with just the way you are, the way you act, the way you respond. And again, I've said it before, we should just all be shining our light. And that's the best example. You know, if we think we're on the right track with our lifestyle, then the proof should be in the pudding, right? If we walk the walk and talk the talk, then it should all be obvious. And we should just be a shining beacon for others to notice. And often what happens is you get questions. And even if you don't, you might prompt someone to look into certain things because they know that that's a path you've taken. But yeah, so many of us just want to try to persuade everyone else to do things the way we're doing, and probably some people think that about me. But the only thing I ever encourage people is to not eat meat, of course, and don't do drugs, okay? Drugs are bad, and alcohol. But other than that, as far as meat goes, if you really look at that, it's a cruel thing to do and it's unnecessary. But that's all I'll say right now. I know I probably just lost some more subscribers every time I bring up the fact that I just don't think it's very empathetic to consume animals. But yeah, back to, well, that'll be a lot of that going on Thanksgiving, right? And you might still be a meat eater, but I hope if you are, you're just kind of thinking things through. And I hope anyone who is a meat eater, a great video to watch is Manly P. Hall, Native American Mysticism. And he talks about the way the Native Americans approached the animal that they were going to kill and what they promised that animal before actually killing it. It wasn't just a savage killing to get to the meat. And if we really, so I know I said I wasn't going to say any more about that, but that topic. But yeah, so when you're with your family or whomever you might be with over the holidays, or if you're by yourself, that might even be better. I know a lot of people get lonely this time of year because everybody else has family they go to, etc., etc. But our family was just a portal for getting us here. It's not necessarily our soul family, the people we resonate with. So if you're estranged from your family for whatever reason, don't sweat it. Just learn to love yourself and accept yourself. And you can do that by doing your emotional healing work. And there's an emotional healing playlist on this channel that'll lead you to language lessons of the heart. So yeah, because I know there are a lot of people who are lonely this time of year. But once you do your emotional healing work, you just won't even be lonely anymore. You really won't. And if you're lonely, get a pet. Go adopt a pet. Please adopt one. And if you take care of a pet, it's just a great thing because it's an opportunity to give. And like I've said many times, you're so much happier when you give than when you receive. And since they call this holiday Thanksgiving, this is the time to really start wallowing in gratitude. And when you're with your family, just shine with gratitude and acceptance and love. And if someone says something, whoa, look at the size of that mushroom. If someone says something that normally would trigger you, notice the reactions on everyone when it doesn't happen. And yeah, it's just amazing when you get to go around people that are familiar with you and you've made some positive changes in your life, how much you will shine and stand out. And a lot of people will try to sabotage you because they'll feel intimidated that you're moving on and leaving them behind because they're not necessarily ready to do the work and make certain sacrifices. But just stand your ground, shine, and keep your momentum, because you know a lot of times people fall off the wagon this time of year, whatever that wagon may be, and don't let that happen. Stand strong. If you find yourself getting down, start watching Michael Harrell's videos, Language Lessons of the Heart, and he's got tons of them. Keep you busy and keep you thinking and get you working on that emotional healing work, because until you do that, if you're not happy, you won't ever be happy until you get that sorted. All right, everyone. I've rambled on long enough. Hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Remember to always stay focused on what you want and help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.